There are choruses all over the place that have just gone furlough. I wasn't willing to do that. The performance was going to be on Memorial Day. Rehearsals continued until the second Tuesday in March, and then things fell apart very rapidly. I was getting information from other choral directors in other parts of the country. There was that case of a community chorus like ours in Washington State, and I realized, much to my despair, that it could have been us. It got to the point where it was obvious that we couldn't hold the concert, and at the same time, Dave Morrison was getting directives from Augusta. All of this was going on nationwide, if not worldwide. The COVID thing was grinding on. By August, I had to come up with something else or decide to just shut down. One of the members of Down East Singers said, look, this virtual thing is not for any of us, but we could sing outdoors. And the response was huge. In the meantime, I had experimented with a small group at St. John's Church in Thomaston, where I'm the music director, recording services out in the churchyard. We moved it down here to my house in Cushing, and more people joined. I came up with the idea for the lobster buoys in sections, but 12 feet apart. So I finally said to the board of Down East, guys, we have nothing to lose here. So the board said, okay, give it a try. I made a singing circle out in my hayfield, mowing concentric circles. Once I had that working and they were starting to get really good at it, I made the pitch to Manuel Bagoro at Bay Chamber Concerts and said, I think we have a really unusual concert here. How would you like to co-sponsor it as a fundraiser and Christmas concert? And Manuel said, oh, that sounds great. We were going to have Halcyon and String Quartet play along on the Schubert Mass. And they said, we can't do it outdoors. Then I came up with the idea that they would record chamber music that we would intersperse with the choral music. And I suddenly realized that Schubert's original scoring for the German Mass was with wind instruments. So I went and orchestrated the piece for 4 brass instruments and hired members of the Mid-Coast Brass Quintet to play that. And then I added a keyboard connected to a very long extension cord and a huge, like, rock and roll amplifier so that Jennifer would play a fake organ on her keyboard. So we pulled all that together, and then the only piece missing was how do we turn this into a video. A very brilliant videographer who's also a string player named Luke Fattora said, this is right up my alley, and I also own a drone, so we could videotape the concert from overhead. And I thought, go for it. He figured out a way to mic this, and it even picks up crickets in the background. It's absolutely brilliant. The views of the group from overhead and the view looking down the St. George River with the fall foliage. So we pulled it off, and the most unbelievable thing happened. The singer said, we want to keep doing it. We've moved to my yard from the hayfield so I can use an electric organ in my house attached to the big outdoor speaker, and we record music that way. We're going to put it on the public access TV channel and give it to any church congregations that would like. These are people from different choirs. We've got Down East. We've got people from Bowdoin Chorus coming all the way from Brunswick. We've got members of the Catholic choir in Newcastle, the Unitarian choir in Rockland, the synagogue in Rockland, the Congregational Church in Camden was involved. I needed a way of describing a group that would amalgamate all these people from different other groups. So I just named it the Lemonade Choir. We call it that on Facebook, but Down East Singers, they're paying the bills. Peter Jenks at St. John's Church. He said, well, I'll take over the whole Lemonade Choir videography. So we're going to keep doing it until it's just plain impossible to do it outside. And I think everybody kind of enjoys being together in an outdoor group, staying far apart and thumbing their nose at COVID.